What up, YouTube? It's your boy I Fit In, and boy, oh boy, the welterweight division is getting interesting, man. So, Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford had a talk on the phone, and apparently they agreed to fight in 2020. And after Terrence Crawford posted that on Twitter, which is kind of hilarious because after talking all that noise to him, he said, yeah, he pretty solid dude, gave him compliments after he got his way or whatever. But, well, they both got their way because Errol Spence has been wanting everybody at the top. But it's funny because Manny Pacquiao tags them both. I'm pretty sure that's him calling them out. And it's like, bruh, Errol Spence been offered you a fight. You could have took that a long time ago. But to me, it's just kind of strange how fighters always seem to go at the people they didn't want before once that person seems a little more vulnerable. Keep in mind, Errol Spence recently had a wreck, and Terrence Crawford was dropped by Mean Machine. Even though he dominated him, he still got dropped by him. So to most fighters, that appears to be a vulnerability. So he looks vulnerable to Manny Pacquiao. And way out of left, Kell Brook, guy I ain't heard from in years, decides he wants a rematch with Errol Spence. First of all, bro, he already stopped you. So, and like literally knocked you out. So you might want to fight a couple names to lead up to that fight before you get another shot at Errol. He's on to bigger and better things. Your name he already took out. He's still got to fight Danny Garcia. He still wants Keith Thurman, I'm sure. He's just not, going on and on about him because it might not happen. And he wants Pacquiao, of course, and, the mouth-watering, big, juicy fight we've been waiting for is him versus Terrence Crawford, which apparently is going to happen sooner than later now. But I just think it's funny how all this is kind of like falling into place, Like, at a certain point, nobody wanted to fight Errol Spence, and nobody wanted to fight Terrence Crawford. So now, Terrence Crawford is now being called out when he was with the same promotional company as Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao left. Bob Arum didn't give him that fight. So, the optimist in me wants to say that, Pacquiao went to PBC so he could get the big fights that he wanted. And Terrence Crawford is on that list. I'm hoping that's the case. And I'm hoping that Terrence Crawford and Kell Brook aren't coming at Errol Spence the way they are. And when I say that, I mean how hard Terrence Crawford was coming for Errol Spence. He usually doesn't do that. And the fact that Kell Brook is even coming for Errol Spence at all. I'm hoping it's not just because of that wreck. Like I honestly think that Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford is a wonderful fight. Errol Spence if Errol Spence comes back in the spring, he needs to fight Keith Thurman first. That's the way I see it. I think he should just go ahead and take that name out. They both dealt with injuries. Keith Thurman is not the same him, and we don't know if Errol Spence is still the same him, even though I believe that he is, and I hope that he is, and I want him to be. Most sports analysts and boxing fans would argue that Errol Spence is not going to come with the same tenacity and, the same grit and willpower that he had before. I disagree, but that's just me. And, many people already know I'm a fan of, honestly, I'm a fan of the welterweight division, but my favorite is indeed Errol Spence. But aside from that, Errol Spence, another interesting thing about the welterweight division is Errol Spence asked why Keith Thurman is even on the pound for pound, not pound for pound list, the top 5 welterweight division. And I had this discussion with one of my partners, the other day, one of my boys, and he thinks that the placement is right. He thinks that Sean Porter should indeed be underneath Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman beat him, and Keith Thurman under Pacquiao because Pacquiao beat him. he has no justification for why Terrence Crawford is there, though. And my thing is, the past is the past, bro. Like, these lists are always based on from what we've seen lately. It's what have you done for me lately, not what have you done before. So, Ringside releasing a list with a very inactive Keith Thurman, somebody in the past handful of years has only fought a couple times, and he lost the second time he fought. He almost lost the first time he fought. You know, it just, to me, it doesn't really make much sense to put him above a busy Shawn Porter. You know? Like, I feel like the rematch is necessary because it was a controversial win anyways, and I've stated that before. It's a controversial win over Shawn Porter. So when the fight is that close and you see that Shawn Porter is performing better in his fights after Thurman, and Thurman is fighting worse in his fights after Shawn Porter, it kind of makes you feel like, okay, well, they were right here, this being Shawn, this being Keith Thurman, they were right here, and now this shift is starting to take place. Why is it that Keith Thurman should be ranked above Shawn Porter? And why don't they just have a rematch? I'm all for the rematch. I hope the rematch happens. I think it'll be great for boxing. I think it'll be a really telling fight. Because if Keith Thurman were to defeat Shawn Porter again, that would just tell you how great Manny Pacquiao really is. Which we all know he's great, but that would tell you he's even greater. But I don't know. Y'all tell me what matchups y'all want to see. Do we want to throw Kell Brook in the mix or just leave him where he's at? Do you think Errol Spence should fight Keith Thurman before fighting Terrence Crawford, and Terrence Crawford fight Shawn Porter before fighting Errol Spence, and then them two go at it, and whoever wins it all gets to retire Manny Pacquiao? I think that will be a great storyline. But hey, if you got a contrasting opinion that agrees with mine or a synonymous opinion to mine, go ahead and hit the comments section. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon and hit the like button for your boy I Fit In out.